I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for life that's less. That the one you're capable of living. Now I'm sure in your experience in school and applying in college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do in your life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall, make sure you have something to fall back on. But I never understood the concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I don't want to fall forward. I figured at least this way, I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you will never finish. And so do what you take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test. There's an old IQ test 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil. Only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to feel big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson said 2,600 the most history in the baseball, but you don't hear about the runs. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You have got to take risks, and I'm sure you probably already heard that before. But I want to talk about that. But why that's so important? You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You'll embrace yourself. You'll suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional ceremony for a graduation ceremony. I'm telling you, you embrace it because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all time early in my career. I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except of the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here is the thing, I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of 3 for the next audition, and the next audition I played, and I prayed, and I continued to fail and fail. You hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So I'll catch a break. Okay, I just catch a break last year. I did a play called Fences on Broadway, but here is the kicker. It was at the Court Theatre. It was at the same theatre, but I failed that first audition 30 years prior. The point is, every graduate year today has training and the talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. It will say it again, if you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you are on the deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential, the ghost of the ideas you never acted on, and the ghost of talents you didn't use. And they are standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say we came to because you could have brought us to life. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many girls are going to try around your bed when your time comes? When your time comes. I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places, there are terrible poverty. And just Africa is the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. And the world needs a lot, and we need it for you. We really do. We need it. I'm not speaking for the rest of us here, but I know in getting a little grayer. Whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your tryers, what are you doing with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business, some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists, some of you have money, some of you have patience, some of you have kindness, some of you have love, some of you have gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, what are you going to do with what you have? Now here is my last point about failure. Sometimes it is the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be straight path. I began in university as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go in pre-law, the journalism, and with no academic program, I grades have to have in my own direction. I was at 1.8 GPA, and the university politely suggested, but it might be better to take time off. I was 20 years old, I was at my lowest point, and one day I remember the exact day, March 27, 1975. I was helping my mother on a beauty, and my mother owned a beauty shop, and there was an old woman. I didn't know her responsibility, but I was looking for her, and every time I looked at her, I could see her behind me, so she was staring at me. She was just keep looking at me every time. So she finally said something I will never forget. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You're going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as the woman proposed, I have traveled the world and I have spoken to million people through my movies. Millions who have until the day couldn't see me. Up until this day I couldn't see them while I was walking, and they could see. They couldn't see the real me. But I see you today. And I'm encouraged by what I see. And I'm strengthened by what I see. Because taking risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas, the chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, and the faith you have. That's what is going to define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. And give everything you have got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this. Fall forward.